Thus begins the any percent quest. I didn't break it. That doesn't go well. That's how I'm starting. It's about time I got this video done. Let's get to it. Welcome to the first episode of my Jumpless Boneworks challenge. For this video, we're going to find out if our goal of reaching 100% in Boneworks without jumping is feasible by starting small. Today we simply ask, is it even possible to beat Boneworks without jumping? For this jumpless run, the limitations are way easier to define than our No Reclaimables challenge. There's a jump button mapped on the controller. All we have to do to consider this a win is just not push it. Anything else you can do is not a jump and therefore is perfectly allowed. Now with that out of the way, let's break this run down level by level, starting in the break room. The break room being the shortest and easiest level in the game, acting kind of as a prologue for story reasons, is pretty clearly not going to require any jumps. In the beginning, you can either complete the sorting task, or you can just vault over like I did, and then it's just a clean walk straight to the finish. There's nothing special here because they haven't actually told you about the jump button at this point in the game. Now that we're through the break room, I do want to mention that this video will only be primarily focusing on the actual pieces that required any kind of creative thinking or a way around a jump. Any of the spots where it's just you walking and there isn't really a reason to jump anyways won't really be mentioned here because obviously there's no jumping if you don't need to. Right after we start up in the museum, we come to our first real obstacle of this challenge. The jumping tutorial. Yeah, you just walk around it. Alright, so the jumping tutorial wasn't that much of a challenge. But farther down in the museum, we come to the puzzle room, which does actually present a good few amount of challenges. First of all, these curved stairs are too steep to just walk straight up, so we have to do this awkward crawling thing. But after I reached the top of those with that, I did come to a realization. Oh dang it, I actually have to do this properly? Yes, unfortunately for the first playthrough in some time, I would actually need to fully complete the puzzle tutorial. Since it had been so long since I actually solved this puzzle room, I did kind of forget about the little bit of platforming that's required for here, and it went about as well as you would think. Luckily, however, there is this steel beam that is placed right between the final jump that we actually need to do, and it turns out you can climb right up it and land on the platform across all the jumps. Problem solved. With that, we brought the elevator down, made two very risky walks off ledges to barely hold ourselves up with our hands, and rode the elevator up to the second half of the museum. Then I went over to the gift shop at the end of the museum, and since this was supposedly going to be turning into a 100% run if this any percent was successful, I figured I'd better check on the prize box behind the counter to see if I got the baseball, and while I think I'll let past me handle this one. I do need to check this box. Shut up. Dude, I got the baseball on the first try. On the first try, I got the baseball. Oh no. Oh no, I didn't leave myself the way back. Oh no. I forgot about the baseball. I'm hoping there's some way I can manage to get back. Oh, I'm gonna feel like such an idiot. Oh no. Dumb. So stupid. I got the baseball. Why? Wait. Oh, I don't know where it spawns me. Crap. Maybe. There's a chance. I don't know where it spawns me. There's a chance that this works. I don't know where it's gonna spawn me. Yes! Because I keep the baseball when I die. I keep stuff that's in any of the body slots when I die. Yes! Yes! Yes, by putting the baseball into one of the body slots and then offing myself, I managed to teleport back to that save after the physics puzzle room and was able to actually put the baseball into the reclamation bin early, which I am very thankful for, because man, it could be hours trying to get that baseball, and I just got really lucky that that's not a thing I have to sit through anymore. But with the baseball reclaimed and everything else out of our way, museum is done and we can move to the first real level of the game, which may actually pose some real challenges: streets. As we start our stroll through streets, there's really nothing stopping us in the first section, so you can just walk straight through everything. I mean, you'd have to be an idiot to mess up jumping when you literally do not have to jump at all, and it's super free to just walk on through. Like, it even provides you stairs, you don't even have to climb. I just jumped. Whoa, that's a level reset. I just jumped. Okay, do it again. As a nice bonus, the second time we go through streets, we do manage to find the golf club, the second of 3 RNG items in this game, so that marks another thing off the list that we won't have to come back and grind for. The first real challenge comes to us in the grinder room, where after having more trouble than anyone reasonably should... Oh shoot, I am falling. I am so falling. I am falling. I am dead. I am dead. Just let me go! I'm stuck. How have I broken it? I've never broken this thing before. Go. Ow. What am I stuck on right now? I used the crates that I eventually brought over to climb up through the vent. Once through, we built some simple bridges. That was nice. Launched ourselves headfirst into a wall. And left streets without jumping once. To my surprise, Runoff didn't actually have any required jumps at all, so I'll just give you a few tips about some of the trickier parts. In the void leak room, be sure to weigh down the platform as much as you can. Makes it a little easier to get across. In the barrel room, be sure to use all of the barrels to help pull up the platform. Your character weighs a lot, so you're going to need the help to get to the above ledge. Then all that's left is to just time your drop correctly off the trash wheel, and then you can walk straight into sewers, no jumps required. Since I was having good luck with the RNG based items, I figured I'd go for the nightstick as well to get all 3 of them out of the way. After a good number of resets, I was able to find it out of the prize box and continued to the rest of the level. Surprisingly, sewers was actually one of the easiest levels in the game to complete jumpless. The reason why sewers is such an easy level to go through is because it just kind of traverses down and never requires you to climb back up out of anything, but the real challenge will come from when we have to come back to get all the collectibles. Then I'm sure it'll give us quite the headache. With that being said, there really isn't much to talk about here in the sewers, so we're going to skip right ahead into the next level, Warehouse. Welcome to Warehouse, the shortest level in the game, but not the shortest entry on our list. Since I couldn't go my normal way of going over top of the roof, I decided to see if the main path was feasible first. I found that the main route was also going to be quite a challenge, so I broke out the top window and found a new path in the form of this water tower. After climbing all the way to the top, I was able to walk off the side and land safely on the other side of the divider. From this point, even the shortcut is still possible. I climbed up the side fence, walked across the top, and landed on the other side towards the exit. Now all that's left to do in Warehouse is to get through this final swarm of Omni projectors and drive the train straight to Central Station. Central Station's first problem is the large quarantine gate blocking off the back half of the level. Although this problem is solved pretty quickly if you can remember that the pistols can help you push buttons from afar. Once past the halfway point, there's once again nothing stopping us from progressing. I chose to take the route through the vents and sneaked my way through to the rest of the level. From here, it was time to approach the level I feared most when starting this challenge. The giant vertical behemoth that is Tower. The first thing you'll want to do is to make sure that you kill off all of the enemies on the main floor. They're just going to get in your way later, and it's better to just not have them be shooting at you. Once all the enemies are taken care of, head up to the first challenge of Tower, getting into the bar. The ledge is too far away for you to simply walk off and reach, so you'll need to first get up onto the moving platform. Once on top, go to the back side of the platform. Then, run to the front and stop when you hit the edge. Your momentum will help carry the platform forwards. Then start to push the platform from the back until it's where you need it to be. The platform is pretty heavy when you're trying to move it in this way, so it may take some time. If you've moved the platform far enough across, you should be able to run off of it and grab the ledge on the other side. From here you can go up to the top level of tower, so grab your favorite weapon and get to the exit. I mean, that was a pretty large brick of a PC. There's a lot of probably more durable than what we've got going on now. Turns out tower wasn't so bad after all, but I know when we come back for the collectibles, there's going to be some real challenges. Now that tower's finished, all that's really left to do is to complete the post-game, which, as you'd imagine if you've ever played the post-game, is pretty simple and straightforward, and definitely doesn't require any jumps. So I'm going to skip ahead and basically finish up this entire challenge while explaining how the rest of it's going to go. First, you'll reset the clock and time tower. Then you'll fight hordes of zombies in the arena. I'm landing on you. Become the new king. And solve this final puzzle. Now that you're here, you can ride the cinder block all the way to victory. I do want to mention now that this part is over, the rest of the series is going to be a lot different. Instead of having this voiceover and cut version that takes a very long time, as you noticed, I'm going to do more of the live recordings on my actual attempts of trying to get all of the 100% stuff, and I think that's going to make for better videos and just a more enjoyable experience, and also actually get things out a little bit faster. So there's always that as a bonus. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.